You've made it. This is the final video for my unique Toys Ordin, where everything's gonna come right together. So this is gonna be the review on the actual combiner figure, and this is the reason you buy the figure. This is what you want. So we've got combiner ports on the top of these guys. We've got combiner ports on the bottom of these guys. If this is not your first rodeo, you know what to do here. I'm gonna be completely honest. The feet are the scariest part to get on. The first time I was afraid I was gonna break it. Now I'm not as afraid, but I still see the potential if you're not ginger with it, I suppose is the way to say that. Especially getting them back off, and especially getting Fender back off. I think getting them on isn't as hard because you just kind of get one side in and the other side pushes in pretty easily. Getting them back off is a little scarier. Step one is done. If this were Voltron, we would have formed the feet and legs. And damn if he doesn't look fantastic just like this. There's no fear that these will fall off. I can have him hanging here all day just like this. I love that the dragon heads go over the knees here. It looks fantastic. So I don't know, I love it. There's nothing else to say about it other than it looks fantastic. This was my favorite figure from 2015 for a reason. So let's go ahead and get this on. So to get these on, there are kind of pegs on the side here and they match up on here. So what you have to do is get these on just like that and push and then turn. So once you turn, that actually locks it in. So you don't have to worry about it coming off, coming out. And then we'll do the same thing here. So we're going to push that into here like that, and we're gonna turn it. Oh, it's caught on the leg. Wings caught on the leg there. I feel like if you don't like this guy, you don't like Transformers. He is amazing. He is a monster. He's got a bird demon thing over here, a land shark over here, a two-headed dog and a troll down here, and he is a two-headed dragon by himself. He's made up of monsters, and he's gonna just destroy everything. He's huge. He's got some heft to him. He's not super thin like some other combiners can be. And even on the back, he still looks really good. I like that he has his dragon tail. It still kind of comes down like some kind of weird long ponytail. He's got tons of articulation. So the head, and I will say this, the head is the wrong color, but I think that's so it can match the tail. So it wasn't super obvious that there was a head in there, because you can kind of see the head from the sides when it's in the tail. But this, if it's gonna be cartoon accurate, this should be purple, the same color as these and his hands and stuff, or pink or whatever. I'm colorblind, so sue me. He's got all kinds of articulation up here to move around. His arm moves back and forth, up and down. His hands move. He has individual finger articulation. Now my only downside to these hands is that they're all the same length, which kind of sucks because they shouldn't be. They should, like my hand, they're not, all the fingers aren't the same length. If they were, it would be weird. So his hands do look a little goofy, but they're articulated really well, and there's a lot of cool poses you can get them into. He has a waist swivel up here like this, and then the legs go forward, they go back, they go out to the side. So you can do a lot of cool poses there. The knee has a strong ratchet, and he has a great ankle tilt. So there's a lot of super dynamic poses you can get them into. Like all splayed out. Look at him. He's awesome. He looks badass. So he does have a weapon. All these guns he comes with, they form together. This goes there, goes there. So this is the configuration that the guns come in. There is a port on here where you can put it into his hand. Now this one, I find that it falls out all the time. So I'm gonna try this one to see if it's a little more stable. You just plug the port into the hand and you can wrap the fingers around. It actually does seem a little bit better. Everything is sturdy enough to where you can point it straight out. Nothing will droop, nothing will fall. The ratchets are fantastic. If you twist it wrong, it'll come out, but that one was my fault. And there's some other things you can do to the gun here. So he comes with swords, and if you want to, you can plug the sword handles into the side right here. I don't like doing this because I've seen a review, I think it was Piog, who, when he got his review sample, the swords came broken. So I don't like doing that because it feels like these are tight in there, and if he falls over, these could snap out super easily. So I'm not going to leave these in. I usually just leave these in the box. And these are the only things I leave in the box because he also has the Fenrir tails, and you can kind of do the same thing, just on a shorter way. So I usually do this because I don't have to dig through boxes. If I ever want to take this guy apart and kind of play with him individually, you have to have Fenrir's tails out because he looks stupid in his alt mode without the tails. So I don't want to put them in the box, and I don't want to lose them. So I leave those right where they are on the gun, so I can't lose them. And these go in the box. Now these little missile pods, there's a couple things you can do here. The instructions actually say that they go inside here on the sides, just to kind of fill out the sides a little better. I do find, however, that they don't fit in super well, and they tend to come out and fall out on their own because they don't stay in well at all. But it does fill out the midsection a little bit from like the sides and stuff. This guy is one of the prides of my collection. If I ever have to sell my figures for whatever reason, he'll be one of the last ones to go. He's got a lot of nostalgia factor for me since I remember him as a kid. He's featured in the best episode of the G1 called The Primals, I think it's called, where like all the monster bots and the like Dinobots and the Predacons, they're all fighting each other. I love every bit of him. Fantastic. He belongs in my collection. And honestly, if you're a serious Transformer fan with the money to drop on serious stuff like this, he belongs in your collection too, because he's fantastic. And with that, that's all I've got to say on this. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around all 6 parts. If you watched all 6 parts, like, share, subscribe, comment, kind of, you know, just do whatever you want to do. Do whatever feels right inside. That's what you should do. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.